Y'all, Miss Brown here, your favorite 8th grade science teacher. Okay, so let's chat about gizmos and what y'all are going to do. So I'm going to walk you through, but I'm not going to give you the answers. I'm going to kind of set you up for success. And this way, if you can't access Gizmo, you can kind of watch this video and get your stuff answered. So class link today, Canvas today. The lesson is posted, and y'all are going to access gizmos through the class link. So let me show you what we're doing today. Please do the Teacher of the Month vote for November if you have not yet. And then click 3.3, Explore Chemical Changes, Conservation of Mass Gizmo. So y'all are going to be using pages 44 and 45 in your trusty, dusty journal. Trusty, dusty journal. So page 44, right here, says Gizmos across the top. And then page 45, right here. I am going to be showing y'all.
So we couldn't do it in.
That's fine. So just leave, what was I saying, y'all? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I'm going to be showing y'all this PDF version just so I can show you easier than me holding up my journal. So your page looks just like this. It says Activity B, Conservation of Matter. So you have to get the gizmo ready. So click Reset, and you're going to select hydrogen peroxide and potassium iodide. Ethan, can you just turn that down a little? Thanks. Okay, so here's your gizmo, and you are going to, perfect, thank you. Yeah, that's good. So y'all are going to set up right here. It says click Reset and select hydrogen peroxide and potassium iodide as your reactants. So hydrogen peroxide, potassium iodide as your reactants. Then the goal is to see how does the mass change or not change during this reaction. So in this reaction, hydrogen peroxide is added to potassium iodide, and you're going to click play to observe the reaction. You're going to record what you observe. Of those observations, what evidence do you see of chemical reactions taking place? And then you're going to do this part, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So let me get my annotation tools. So I'm going to hit play here. But I want to first notice the mass. It's 336.6 grams. So I'm going to write that right here just so I don't forget, 336.6 grams. And I'm going to put S for starting. And then I am going to hit play and see what happens. So, guys. So I'm going to hit play, and then you notice it went in. I'm going to hit replay so I can see it again. It goes in, and it goes from a yellow to a brown. There's bubbling, there's fizzing, and then it turns back yellow again. And then notice the mass is 335.2. So I'm going to do my ending mass is y'all, it's hard to write with this, 335.2 grams. Y'all, that is a hot mess. Look at that. And I'm going to put E for ending. So I lost about 1.4 grams of mass. So you're going to note that, particularly in question 2. So if I go to my paper, y'all are going to notice that it says click Reset. What's the starting mass? Click play. What's the mass when it finished? And why do you think this happened? So kind of keep that in mind. So notice how when I hit play, what's happening? See some bubbling and fizzing. So think about, what do you think is happening to that gas when it's coming out? Where is it going? Which is why it's so important as scientists to have a closed system. Closed system. Y'all, this is hilarious watching me try to write with this. S-Y-S-T-E-M. So a closed system is super important, because if you cover that little Erlenmeyer flask, then when the gas goes out, it will trap it and it will keep that mass the same. So let me hop back. So you're going to see what evidence takes place and talk about the chemical reaction. Then you're going to do all of these little bits, the thermometer, the phenol red, the glowing splint, the burning splint, and you're going to see what happens. So I'm going to just do this so y'all can see. So thermometer, starting at 21 degrees. Now I'm going to do the phenol red. So this is an indicator that we use to tell if something is an acid or a base, and it turns blue if it's a base, blue base, and red if it's an acid. So nothing happened, and I noticed that it started off neutral. Then if I hit play, the same thing I did before, but now you can see the temperature's increasing, so you can keep that on your observations. And then I tested the hydrogen peroxide with the potassium iodide, and my pH is still neutral, so nothing happened. So water's neutral, and that's a scale of 7. Okay, awesome. Now glowing splint and burning splint. So now I'm going to hit refresh again. And it says on the paper right here that you need to set up the gas collection. So you need to hit gas collection. It changes the whole thing. I wish I could erase all this at once, y'all. Sorry. Try my best. Just kind of quickly so we can see a little more. Okay, awesome. So now I'm going to hit play. And it does that original initial, pulls the stuff out of here, puts it in there, and now notice how they both went clear. Started off at 2,386.6 grams, and it ended at 2,386.6 grams. Notice how it's closed. It has a cover on it, so it kept all that in there. I'm going to add the thermometer. Started at 21, went to 83, so there was a temperature change. And then I'm going to put the glowing splint, and I'm going to read down here. It says glowing splint ignites, flame, some ash, and I'm going to try the burning splint. So the burning splint burns brighter. So the one that was glowing lit up, there was a fire, but the burning splint burned brighter. So I tried the phenol red, the thermometer, and each of these. So now y'all can fill out this based off of what those did. Feel free to rewind, pause this video to get that done. Then number 2, y'all, is what we talked about. How did that reaction change from the beginning mass to the ending mass? What happened? Why? And if you need to rewind back to that part where I did that, that is perfect. So I'm going to go back to normal setup and do it one more time so y'all can see. 336.6 goes in, bubbles, fizzing, color change, and 335.2. So a 1.4 mass loss. Okay, number 3, it says click reset and select the gas collection setup again. Notice that the setup is heavier than normal. What is the starting mass? How do you think it will finish? And then click play. So that's the one that we just did. So I'll do it one more time. So 2386.6. I complete it. Same, 2386.6. Why do you think? What changed from the first setup to the second setup? Now, number 4, activity B, explain why do you think the mass was lost? Conservation of matter. And then y'all are going to do your show chemical equation. You're going to do the subscripts. So y'all don't need anything on the GIZMO for that. So let me erase this real quick, and then I will do both the reactions without talking. So that way my folks that don't have GIZMO are able to access this and get this done. So I will do the first setup. Did I just end my video, y'all? No, I didn't. Okay. I was like, oh, I don't want to refilm all that. Okay. I think I'm still filming. Yeah, I am. Okay, good. So I'm going to do, no, y'all, now I don't know where to find that annotation tool. Let me hit pause, y'all, and I'll figure this out, and I'll come right back. Okay, I figured it out. So normal setup, hydrogen peroxide, potassium iodide, starting mass, ending mass. Notice the changes that happen, and here's the ending mass. I put the thermometer in, started at 21 degrees, went up to 83.83 degrees Celsius. Then gas collection. Notice it's a lot heavier, 2386.6. Hit play. Siphons this out of here, puts it into there, gas, bubble, changing. It's the same exact experiment, whatever you want. Same exact experiment that y'all just did previous, except it's a lot heavier. So why is it heavier? What happened? What's this little stopper doing? Same exact temperature change. And I'm going to try it with the phenol red. Notice how it starts as a neutral pH. I put the potassium iodide and the hydrogen peroxide together. Test it again, and it's the still same neutral pH. I want to pop the thermometer in so I can get a temperature. I'm going to put the glowing splint in, which is a splint that's not yet lit, and it ignites, it burns, there's some ash. Glowing splint ignites. Set it up again. Burning splint burns brighter. So it ignites, the flame's bigger, there's more ash and soot on it. Temperature's still the same. Oh, I didn't even notice if the mass changed, y'all. Let me check that out. Oh, the mass changed because I added the thermometer. That makes sense, y'all. Okay, burning splint goes down because you took that off. So that's why the mass is changing there, y'all, because you're taking this test tube off and then you're adding the thermometer. So kind of keep that in mind. And then I put this one, same thing. Okay, y'all, so I played it a couple times for you. I hope that was helpful. Make sure you get this done. This is the lesson for Thursday, November 19th. And you're going to upload pages 44 and 45 to your never-ending slideshow, and I'm going to check that this weekend, and it's going to count as 2 grades from pages 30 to page 45. Adios, Avidazen, hasta luego, technically hasta lunes, see you Monday maybe. Some people will see Friday. Hasta mañana for most. Aloha, Sai-chen, and namaste. I love each and every one of you. You fill my buckets each and every day. Overflowing. Bye, y'all.